And we are shifting our focus now to down south, where YS Sharmila, remember again, has started to lead a big fight in the state of Telangana. This is against the TRS. You're looking at these images on your screens where she carried out this Padyatra, and she says that the government right now in the state of Telangana has done absolutely nothing when it comes to the plight of the poor, the plight of the farmers. The reason why she is right now being touted as one of the players in the Telangana state. But how far is she willing to go? What really does her entry mean also for the BJP and the TRS in particular in the state? Let's play out more details of what we know and this exclusive conversation.
Even after so many years, people are still remembering YSR and his welfare schemes. The tragedy of today is that though YSR has shown the path, he's shown how to develop the state and how to provide welfare to the people of the states, the ruling party today has failed to even emulate what YSR had done. His whole vision was that every poor student should be able to study free of cost. His whole vision was that every poor person should be able to have access to medical facilities, and that too free of cost in a corporate hospital. So there are so many things that he did for the people. And my aim is to bring back all that welfare that he once did, because the ruling party now is utterly failed to do that.
It's been 7 years that Andhra Pradesh and Telangana has been divided, and you have been saying that the ruling party, that's the TRS, has not doing anything for the people of Telangana, but whereas they say that they have done a lot, they have been working for the people of Telangana, and welfare programs have been launched at a larger scale when compared to United Andhra Pradesh.
That is absolutely not true. Well, they have been saying they're doing wonderfully, but the day I started the Padayatra, in fact, challenged the ruling party that they walk with me. And if, as I am saying, if there are problems, then they should resign. And as KCR suggested, or promised rather, he should make a Dalit the chief minister. If, as they are saying, there are indeed no problems, then I will apologize and go back home. So they're not doing anything like that. And if you walk with me just one day, just walk with me 1 hour, you will see the problems of the people. None of the sections are actually happy. Not the farmers, not the women, not the students, not the poor, not the Dalits, not the STs, nobody, none of the BCs. Nobody is happy with KCR.
You have launched a party here in the state of Telangana stating that you would come to power here and rule here in the state of Telangana. How do you see making it possible? You have started a Padyatra of 4,000 kilometers, walking in the streets of Telangana, going to various districts, meeting various people. How do you see that you will be able to achieve it by 2023?
There is no hard and fast rule that once I do this, I will be the chief minister. I've never claimed that. Padayatra is not a formula to become the chief minister. This Padayatra is only to connect to the people and also prove to the ruling party that as they are claiming there are no problems, my point is to bring out the voice of the people and to highlight their problems. When they are speaking, it's not like I'm saying. They themselves are saying their problems. So it's to bring to light the problems of the people, and it's also bring to light that there is an alternative in Telangana.
As you have been saying, Rajanna Rajyam, you will bring back that in Telangana. How do you aim to do that, and what would be your strategy coming forward?
I don't have a blueprint for that, but all I can say is that my attempt is to connect to the people, to say that I am available. I am here to serve them. I am dedicating to my life to the people of Telangana, and to say that I am available as an alternative. If they can connect, if I can connect to them, if I can win their trust, then they will choose. If they choose that they want YSR welfare schemes again, if they feel that I can deliver it, then they will choose me as the Chief Minister. But even if they don't, I will still faithfully continue to serve the people of Telangana.
When we talk about the opposition, that is the Congress or the BJP, in the state of Telangana, what's your stand on that? Because you have been saying that they work in hand in glove with each other, with the ruling party.
Once and again, I've been saying the same thing. In a recent survey, it was established that KCR is one of the worst or the most disapproved or the disliked Chief Minister. This is something I have been saying from the day one that I entered here in politics into Telangana. And when I say that there is no practical opposition in Telangana, I absolutely mean it. Because this Congress and the BJP just exist for namesake. Today, if you see, the people who got elected from the Congress party are actually two-thirds. Two-thirds of the people who got elected from the Congress party are actually in TRS party today. Congress party is just a supplying company to the TRS party. How can they prove themselves? How can they prove themselves as an opposition? And the BJP, fine. The BJP chief is saying that he has evidence against the Chief Minister's corruption.
Right, yes.
He says that he will in fact have him arrested also. We are asking why not? If indeed you don't have a nexus with them, if indeed you have proof, that he is involved in corruption, then what is stopping you? Are you not able to do it? At least admit it then, that you are incompetent to do that. There is absolutely no logical opposition in Telangana. And that's the only reason I am here today.